Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, wow. This is the semi-final of the EFL Cup happening later today, the second game. Last night, Manchester City defeated Newcastle at their stadium, 2-0 advantage to them. But today we'll be having Chelsea versus Arsenal at the Stamford Bridge, later tonight for the first leg of this particular contest in the EFL Cup Carabao semi-final, whereby the second leg will be held at the Emirates Stadium in about 17 days thereabout. I would like to say this first, the last meeting between these two teams, and that was in the Premier League about 6 weeks plus. I think that was in early November or so, where the game ended in a draw, 1-1 draw. Despite the fact that Chelsea had a red card to Moses Caicedo in the first half of that game, Chelsea did all they could and they were pulling the string in that particular game. I like that because it has given Mikel Arteta at least an heads up to know exactly what to expect from these guys. Funny enough, the different manager will be at the helm of the gaffer for the Chelsea tomorrow, for Chelsea later tonight, rather, in person of Liam Rossano. We know that Enzo Maresca has left the job, is parted ways with Chelsea. This is a new manager, but then still the same players. I'm sure the mentality will be the same. I'm sure Mikel Arteta also knows that he cannot leave anything to chance if he wants to qualify to the final of this EFL Cup. Last year was edged out by Newcastle, defeated both home and away. Now I think the progress should be to get to the final and possibly win it. And to get edged out Chelsea, they need to be at their best tonight. They need to be at their best. They need to improve on the mistakes that they had at the past meeting. Now take all of their clear-cut chances, be ready to dominate that game, bring in the physicality, because I know Chelsea, when it gets to big match, they are always turned on and their physicality. The players that you even think will not be able to perform, you see them doing awesome well. Mikel Arteta updated injuries. He also created doubts. Saliba and Trossard, there are doubts for tonight's game. Ricardo Calafiori, Mosquera, Nkapie sustained an injury in the last match. All three players are still very much out. But I want to trust that Arsenal have the squad depth. They should be able to rotate. Mikel Arteta should rotate for us tonight and get us the maximum victory at the Stamford Bridge. A victory home and away is very possible, just like the way Manchester City dispatched their duty last night against Newcastle. So the same thing can be done to me by Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. Let's take our chances, get the victory, and we'll move on to the final. I'm rooting for Arsenal tonight, and I know that it will be a positive game eventually at the end of it. Share with me in the comment section what are your opinion, and let me have your prediction for tonight's game. Don't forget to have first class access to every of my content. Make sure you hit the follow button, you like, and you share. Thank you, guys.